Longan means dragon eye in Chinese. Looks kind of like this. 3 years ago, I planted one of these trees in a pot, and now I'm finally getting fruit. So let me show you how I did it. First, I'm Lucas, and all I do is grow pot. In pots, sometimes in bags too. There are many varieties of Longan out there. I have tried a few, and some I don't know the name of, and they basically taste the same to me. I don't see too much variation even in size, so I'm happy with the Kohala. That's what this tree is. Other varieties like BQ, Sri Champu. I went to Asia this year and I ate quite a few in like Vietnam and China and Hong Kong. And I didn't see too much variation in taste. You know, some were a little bit sweeter, but they kind of taste the same. I didn't notice too much in size either. A few days after I filmed this, I was able to try a variety called Sakip. Sounds like, you know, Sakip. But that was like the best variety by far that I've ever tasted. Extra sweet and extra Longan flavor, so I'm gonna have to put that one at the top of the list. I don't know where to get it from, but I did get a scion from my friend Kaz. He's the one that let me try the fruit. And hopefully it takes, and then I'll have it on this tree. So the first thing I did is I took out the plant from the pot, and then I cleaned off all the soil. I do that with basically all my plants that I get in nurseries that come in the grower soil, which is usually a forest-based product with wood chips and mulch, things like that. So I blasted off the roots and I put it in a mineral-based soil. If you want to see my take on proper potting soils, I have a video on that. I made that video because I'm sick of talking about potting soil all the time in every video. So go ahead and check that out, and that'll explain why I use a mineral-based soil over an organic-based one. So I was fairly new to gardening then, and what I did was I took that plant. It was in a 5-gallon container, and I put it into a 25-gallon grow bag. And I kind of started disliking grow bags at the time, so I pulled it back out and put it into a 15-gallon plastic pot where it is now. And the tree didn't like it, you know, went into shock. It dropped pretty much all of its leaves, at least like 80%. This was in the winter time, like fall winter time, and when the temperatures came back in the spring, then the tree leafed out and, you know, was happy after that. I have this in a 15-gallon pot, but it definitely would prefer to be in a 25-gallon one to get more fruit set. I find that to be the case with most fruit trees. You know, 15 is about the minimum to get a decent crop, and 25 is ideal. You can go higher, but it's hard to manage a pot that size. So at the time that I potted up, I put some organic fertilizer in there and some Osmocote Plus. So after that, I was basically on cruise control. I just watered it. Eventually, you know, I got a drip system set up, and that's watering my plants right now. I used to hand water every day. With the mineral-based soil, you don't have to worry about overwatering. So my only concern was underwatering. So I didn't do much. The slow release is advertised to run out after 6 months, but I found it's more aligned with like a 4 to 5 months, depending on the weather. And I would just top it off with more organics at that time. If you want to just go pure organics, then I would recommend you add fertilizer every month. So aside from watering and fertilizing, I did try to manage the growth of it. You don't want to have too many laterals growing too far away. In that situation, if you had something growing too far, I would just trim this back. And that would encourage all the other growth down here to branch out further. So there was times where I tried to straighten out the trunk, and then I actually broke big branches. I tried to do some air layers and they failed. So this tree has been through the ringer, but now we are finally getting fruit from it. You know, at some point I just let go and I said, whatever, I don't care. I'll let it grow. You know, it's not sideways or anything. I don't mind too much anymore if the trunk is a little bit crooked, or if I have maybe like 2 trunks or something like that. So what I like to do is have my lateral branches about 2.5 feet at most from the trunk, because I have a lot of pots, and this helps it to, you know, for me to keep them closer together. And also sunlight can't penetrate much further than 2.5 feet. So it would be a lot of wasted space in between because you wouldn't get any foliage or any fruit growth. In terms of conditions, I keep them in full sun, or as much full sun as I can get. They can handle it as long as you give them enough water. Maybe when they're young and you just bare rooted it, then I would keep it in the shade at least through, you know, from noon onwards. You don't want to have too much sun on a tree with no leaves, because then it's going to get burned. But I found that they're pretty easy to grow. There's nothing really specific you need to do in terms of sunlight. They just kind of grow. And the hottest leaves I've gotten is 110 degrees. I think there was a little bit of scald on the leaves, but nothing on the branches and nothing on the fruit really. This year we've only gotten up to 100, and there was no damage. Yeah, it tolerated really well. Longan don't need a pollinator tree, so one variety will be enough. So they're known as monoecious. They still need bugs to pollinate it, but you don't need pollen from another tree. So one tree is enough if that's all you want. So they make these little small flowers, and after they bloom, you'll see some fruit set. Not all of them make it typically, at least in this size of a tree, you know, in a 15-gallon. Last year I had quite a bit of fruit on the tree, but they all dropped because I think the tree was not mature enough, trunk was not thick enough, the tree was just not big enough to carry the fruit. But this year is a different story. And I typically just keep things the same. Once the fruit's there, I like to keep the water at the same rate, but I did make a mistake. I did add extra water at one point, and what happened was the fruit actually split. So you see right there, infrequent watering is usually the culprit for fruit split. And I find that to be true for most fruit, including like, you know, even figs or oranges, citrus and all that. So if you do get some fruit and they all drop, I wouldn't be too concerned, you know, at least on the 2 or 3 year mark. If you're in like year 6 or 7, you're not getting fruit, then, you know, that's a bigger concern. I would look into that. I would just fertilize more at the time. And if you're not using mineral-based soil, maybe it's an issue with your soil. It's causing root rot that you can't really see, or they're just not thriving in the pot that they're in. But I found that most plants are under-fertilized, so I don't think it's too much of a concern to just add more. If you're familiar with some other varieties that are standout ones, I'd love to hear about them, because I might be very wrong. I used to think the same thing about lychees, but in the same trip, you know, I had a lot of lychees aside from longans, and I had some that were extra sweet, some that were extra juicy, some were dry and kind of squishy. There's a lot of variety I found in lychees, and I would think it would be the same thing with longan, but I haven't encountered it, so let me know if, for whatever reason, these trees are air layered here instead of grafted. But I do know they are graftable, but whatever tree you buy in a nursery here is typically going to be air layered. So what that means is they girdle a branch, like right here, put some soil around there, and this forms roots. So you won't see a graft union on your tree. The trunk looks like this. You'll see in the pot that we're also co-planting weed in here. I am quite the weed grower, but I think the reason is because growing seedlings takes like 1 to 2 months. So they're pretty slow growers as seeds. And I do know they do graft for sure. So if you're bored, you can try it. Something a little random. My friend Kaz was selling this old longan tree. It's like 17 years old or something like that. And I had another friend that was looking for a longan. So it was kind of a perfect situation. But what he did was he dug it out of the floor. It was in the ground for like 16, 17 years or something, and just cut back the top. And then he put it in a big giant trash can. And then we took that out and put it into a 25-gallon pot. So we're gonna wait and see what happens, you know, how it recovers. We do have some new foliage here already, which is very promising. And eventually, maybe next spring, it's gonna go over to my friend's house. He's gonna go plant it in the ground, probably get like a 7-year head start on a small tree. So pretty cool. Big fat trunk. If you want to grow something kind of exotic in your backyard, I would recommend longans. They're much easier than lychee. And the easiest way to water them is to have a drip irrigation setup. So make sure you watch that video up here. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Rose gone wild. That's what they call me. I'm the man with a plan, growing naturally. From the dirt to the table, it's a beautiful sight. Yeah, Grows gone wild. We're living it right.